Hey guys, Professor Bill of Comic Book University and X-Men Red issue number 3. Man, it takes a while for this comic to come out, but when it does, it's not too shabby. It's not too shabby. Now look, the first issue I liked, the second issue, pretty good. But this third issue, yeah, I'm digging this. I'm digging this. All right, I'm on for now. Um, so we have, just mind you, it's like competing with all these other X-Men books, which are for the most part weekly, or every other week they're coming out. They're bi-monthly. So Trinary is this character who is able to control machines, and she's actually able to control a Sentinel. And we get to learn something about Sentinels we didn't know before. Most of what their programming is based on is tracking, identifying, and hunting mutants. The basic program, it's like a redundancy program, is to stomp and kill and shoot and blast and things like that. That's nothing. That takes almost none of their programming. But something to the effect of, finding the mutants, that's what takes up most of their programming. So Trinary is able to actually, she's fighting this one Sentinel. She's just like, sit. And it sits. Good boy. Wow, that was awesome. I dug that. I really did. This reminds me of the X-Men manga days of that Sentinel character. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was cool, and this is something entirely different. So these guys are actually riding a Sentinel back towards Wakanda to try and see what's up. Saying, let's try and see what we can do. But there's a huge storm out there, and they realize it's not just a storm. Now, give me a second, because we're going to go back to the beginning of this issue, and what happens is Cassandra Nova is actually walking through the X-Mansion. Now, Jean isn't there, and that's important. You know what I'm saying? That's important because Jean would have recognized her. Jean is Omega level. She's got this. And she's so powerful right now that she's not nervous when she fights anymore. She's very much in control. This, to me, it's like, when you study in the martial arts for a really long time, people will say, you shouldn't learn the martial arts to learn how to fight. You should study the martial arts to learn how to not fight. And that's actually an important aspect that I recognize in Jean, and I love the way that she's written and drawn, but I love the way that she's written in this because that is exactly what Jean is right now. And I feel like that's something that Jean was always supposed to, be inspired to be. And she's there now. She's so powerful that she's not nervous. And when if somebody gets up and starts screaming in your face, and that beyond the shadow of a doubt, however bad this goes, this person does not have the physical capability of taking me down. I'm positive. It's not bravado. It's not a false sense of security. You know what this person is capable of by the way that he moves. So you have that level of confidence, and that's what Jean is right now. She's extremely powerful. So when Cassandra Nova goes into this the X-Mansion, which for some reason isn't wrecked like back in X-Men Gold, whatever, I'm willing to let that slide. That's just a little thing. But there's this little mutant named Kyle, and he looks like Kurt. He looks like Kurt Wagner. But he's this little, Bamf-looking guy, and he's just this big, beautiful eyes, and he sees Cassandra Nova. It's like, oh, wow, what are you doing here? It's like, oh, you're not supposed to be able to see me. How can you see me? Do you know who I am? I think you're Cassandra Nova. And just these big, beautiful eyes, man. And Cassandra's like, yeah, you're not supposed to be able to see me. And then, there's an off-panel thing, and she says, I wonder what you would have grown up to be. And she just kills him. Dude, okay. You need me to hate this girl. You need me to hate Cassandra Nova? Done, and done. Just incredible writing. Incredible writing. You know what I'm saying? Like, most people won't go there. And, and even then, most people, when they do it, they'll make it like a graphic thing where, killing a kid is a messed up thing. You know what I'm saying? Even in a comic book, or in a movie or whatever. And a lot of times they'll do this big, elaborate thing where, there's blood everywhere, just, whatever. But when you do, an ambiguous killing, even if it's, without pain, it's just the idea, you just snuffed out this young life that had so much potential. You just made her into an irredeemable bad guy. Bad girl. Now, bad girl sounds sexy. This is not sexy. Anyway, yeah, horrible. But before Kyle dies, that's messed up. He says, you're afraid of her, aren't you? And obviously he means Jean. So this is back to my reference of Jean is so incredibly powerful right now. Yeah, No, I'm good. There was a lot of action in this comic book, which was nice. You know what I'm saying? Again, I don't need a lot of action for a comic book to be amazing, but it absolutely helps, and it is going to get a lot more people to watch it. But for me, you have this cerebral stuff. I loved this. I love this. I'm giving this an A minus. This is a great, like, I don't know about the whole comic title right now because it's back and forth and I'm not sure exactly where they're going to go with this. But this issue by itself, I really did love this issue. This is great writing. Kudos. All right, that's it for me. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.